I was on 40%. I turned it up to 60.
That sounds pretty good. And
Sound
sounds
okay
like,
compared to our voices?
yeah, I did when I was listening. It does seem like we are live.
Oh, I should probably stop playing then because I don't want to give things away.
Spoilers. All right. I will just remind you all real quick that we are the Cal Fire Relief Marathon. You guys just watched Resident Evil 5 co-op by Jake Pliskin and Leo Meyer. It's quite a good run. If you guys appreciated the run, it would be pretty cool if you would consider donating to the American Red Cross. We are raising money to support relief efforts for wildfire victims in the state of California, of which there are many, many, because California is constantly burning. So anything you can throw our way, even like $5, anything is worth it. It'll definitely help out. So now we've got Catastrophic here to do some electronic super joy.
What's up, folks? If we can get some dancing in chat in the form of waving kappas, that'd be fantastic.
Because dancing is the most important part of this game.
So I am Catastrophic4. With me is Bike Miley. We are going to be playing and commentating, respectively, Electronic Super Joy. It's fun. It's exciting. It's ridiculous. And we're going to enjoy it. The run should take about 30 minutes. Hopefully it takes less than that, but we shall see. The world record is 24:52 by not me, I can tell you that. So I will
He's got
just
number 2 though. Don't let him sell himself short there.
hey, if it's not number 1, it's just as good as last.
Congratulations
first or
on
last.
being number 2. Again, it's a dirty joke.
So
You guys
I
just
will
figure it out.
I will count down from 5, and then I will start, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, this is our hero, man with no name. He is on a quest to find out where everybody's butts went. All the butts were stolen, and we have to find out why. The game's mechanics are pretty straightforward. It's jump, stomp, sometimes double jump. That's about it. It's just a platformer puzzler, basically, where you just over and over and over and over and over trying to do different things to get through the level as quickly as possible. There are no second chances. If you take a hit, you die. If you fall off the edge, you die. It's very unpleasant.
Yep. So the main mechanics that you're going to see is you're going to see Kata just basically alter the size of his jumps such that he's not going to bonk on anything. He's just going to...
Oh, I bumped on something. Look at that.
He's going to take shorter jumps or longer jumps, and you'll see he'll gain and lose powers as the game goes on. And of course he has his smash, and I like to call it the butt smash, which of course it's not, because he doesn't have a butt, as we learned in the story that he so quickly skipped over because reasons of gotta go fast.
So I lost 11 seconds on that level just from that one death, which was a really stupid death. If I was doing a regular run, I just reset right there because it was dumb. The main draw to this game is the music. The music is just fantastic. Interestingly, the game was made for the music. The music was not made for the game. The music was made first, and then the levels were designed afterwards.
You'll notice what's really great about this level and some other ones is that it is an auto-scroller. Now, if you play it casually, it's an auto-scroller, but if he goes to the far right side of the screen will scroll faster in an effort to compensate for that. So if he knows the layout of the level, he can absolutely go as fast as he wants. So it's not technically an auto-scroller, I guess, but it's really nice mechanic. And we get some oh yes. Oh, that seizure warning came a little bit too late, I would guess. You can try and speak a little bit louder. I mean, this is ESJ, so it's all about getting hype, getting loud. Just a touch late.
I can increase volumes and stuff during a cutscene coming up at about the 6-minute mark. Otherwise, there's not really any time to do it. I mean, as you see, I mean, it's just a lot of stomps, a lot of the same thing over and over. Different stuff is being incorporated now. We got these little warps here. We got this little warp here. I'm going to try to hit in midair. Lasers. If you hit the laser, you die. Basically, if you hit anything in this game, you die. It's quite exciting. Missiles. If you hit the missiles, you die. Frogs. If you hit the frogs, you die.
So of course you've got those stars where you can bounce on them infinitely. You've also got the single arrows. You only get one bounce on those. Casually that presents a problem, but for the speed run, Kata's really not going to want to stomp on any arrow more than once, so it's not really an issue. This guy's telling him not to go down there, and Kata doesn't listen.
So this is the first part of the game where I use checkpoint scrolling to kind of speed things along a little bit. So I hit that checkpoint pretty much off screen and died immediately, so that when I reloaded the checkpoint, I scrolled the screen forward. And this level doesn't speed up when you get to the edge, so I save 3 or 4 seconds every time I do that. If you go through this the slow way, you'll see, like, I'm going to end this at 48 seconds. It'll take you about a minute if you go through it without doing that.
And of course he's hitting these flags on the very right side of the screen. It's just outside of the screen, but he can hit them before the kill zone on the far right side of the screen. Same thing with that exit that you just saw. He hops out of that and basically hits the exit before you even see it. So
that was a really good level for 25 seconds. This level here, if you get hit, it's just a complete, absolute time waste. It is slowly scrolling. You can't speed it up. There is no checkpoint. I'm probably actually going to get hit too, which really is not good. Oh, we got through it. So I'm gonna checkpoint. This time I'm gonna checkpoint to despawn everything on the screen. It kind of makes it a little bit easier. I don't have to dodge as much. Same thing here. I'm gonna hit this checkpoint, and that's gonna take all the little missiles off the screen.
So that's the second use for checkpoint scrolling. At least when I run, I checkpoint scroll to set up certain enemy patterns the way that I want them. I would surmise that Kata probably does the same thing, but
nope.
You can do that for kind of a number of different reasons.
I only checkpoint scroll basically just to save that time. There's only a couple of points where I checkpoint scroll, and it's really to set up a missile the way I want it, not necessarily an enemy. But it really depends on what's going on. Once you've played this game enough times, you start to get a feel for Pope-tastic. You start to get a feel for what enemies are going to do what. There's different RNG patterns that you'll see over and over and over, and you just get a feel for when it's going to happen and when it's not going to happen.
Bulligen, you gave the seizure warning too late. Did you also give the blasphemy warning too late? Because the Pope says some very unkind things towards this nameless protagonist.
It's fine. He's not the Pope. He's the butt Pope or something, right? That's how this works.
Yeah, he's the fakey Pope.
He's got a really cool ship though, the Pope Mobile or the Pimp Mobile, one or the other.
In this level here, you're fighting against the Pope. He's shooting missiles at you. I'm going to try to skate in between a couple of these missiles here just to get a little bit quicker of a kill on him. Just like that. Alright. And the next level is the battle with the Pope. I'm going to stomp in particular places to change the locations where these missiles spawn to really make this fight go by quickly. Like, I've already hit him enough times to kill him. So as long as I don't get this laser, which I won't, there we go, then this is going to be a one-cycle fight.
I think that's a really interesting mechanic for that fight, because when you play it casually, I mean, you will die plenty of times. This is kind of that in that brand of platformer. But when you play it multiple times, the hope-seeking missiles show up in different places, and you assume that it's completely random, except there are a number of factors that influence where they spawn. And you're going to see him do that again with a boss coming up towards the end. But it's, you know, your movements, the direction you're facing, the amount of times you butt stomp, where you butt stomp, how you butt stomp. So it's pretty interesting.
So I just lost 9 seconds there. I hit an arrow, and after that arrow I'm supposed to land on a platform, and I moved too quickly, and because of that I missed the platform, and there is no other way up on that platform besides that arrow. So this is a Steam game, by the way. I recommend buying it if you have a few extra Steam bucks to waste. And that was another 2 or 3 second time loss, because you can get through that without getting hit.
Kata, would you like a quick donation?
Oh, sure.
We got $10 from Nirm, who says, "Go Kata, go."
What's going on, Nir? My old longtime friend.
It's not that old.
Yeah.
So now they've traded he no longer has his butt smash, but what he does have is a double jump. And double jump has some really interesting qualities, namely that, like I said earlier, where Kata is going to be mostly varying the size of his jumps to make sure, you know, that he doesn't bonk, that he hits platforms the way he wants to. He can't do that quite the same way with his double jump. His double jump is always going to be at full height, whereas the first jump you can hold the jump button for longer to get a higher jump. So what that means is, if you want a short double jump, then you need to basically quickly tap the first jump and then have a long second jump. So this level right here is called Where's the Stairs. It's one of the more execution heavy levels in the game, because if you really want to optimize it, then it's very, very precise inputs just to kind of across the board, and you're noticing a few sequence skips basically based on the way that you can kind of tell the level's designed, but he's kind of tooling around with it. And for a game where there really aren't that many sequence skips, that's kind of one level where it's featured the most.
Yeah, I just want to say I just got a 103 and change on that level, and that is incredibly difficult to do.
Good. Very good level, absolutely.
And here I'm just kind of timing. I'm just kind of timing my run so that I can just basically waltz right through those enemies without having to worry about them. In this level, I just have to very tightly jump on these little platforms here. There's very little... look at this dang dude. There's very little room to move, so I'm just going to have to make it work with what I got, basically. Fortunately, the game has a lot of times where if you just hold right, it will solve itself. What's up, everybody? Ghost King, Nacho, Nerm, all these people that I know. Not near enough donations coming in. We gotta dance for the donations. Dance, jump. Okay. Dun.
Not even near enough donations.
That girl believes in us right there, and I believe in her believing in us, so everything's good.
So this level and the level prior to it both have the oh, Bick. What's up, Bick? Good old Bick Fong balls. Last time I saw Bick was a very good time. This level and the level prior have the unique attributes of you have no special abilities, no stomps, no double jumps, no nothing. So it really makes you have to think a little bit. and there's not a whole lot to talk about for the next level or two, so hopefully there's a million donations to read, but no.
Well, there's not a million.
$1 million in
Yeah,
donations?
expect there's
Goose
not
King.
one. But
I very much agree that.
Go ahead.
No, go for it.
Just gonna say we can do some real quick announcements. For example, this game, Electronic Superjoy, I do believe is one of our prize games. If you donate anything over $5, you get a chance to win one of the various PC games that we have available as prizes. And this game looks pretty cool, so I think you probably want that. It also sounds pretty cool. Also, we'll just remind everybody that all the ad and sub revenue for my channel from the month of October is going to go to the American Red Cross as part of this event. So if you have an ad blocker, you might want to turn it off for my channel. And, you know, consider throwing your Twitch Prime sub at us for $2.50 of charity help.
This is
Yeah,
a
Ghost
very
King, I was
tight
gonna
jump
say
here.
that,
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Oh, it is very tight jump.
Alright.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It's very much it's a very aesthetically beautiful game. I love the way that the game kind of just actually feels like it lives and breathes and grows around you as you play it. Like Kat has said, you know, when he's describing the mechanics, he's, you know, constantly saying, well, it's kind of you just jump and you move forward. So it doesn't necessarily, you know, doesn't break the tough platformer, you know, it's not completely groundbreaking, but for what it is, I think it's a really good game.
Bick, I am ready, yes. I don't know if my body is ready, but my mind is ready. And this game really is, in my opinion, it's a very good balance between difficulty and everything else. I mean, difficulty is kind of the whole thing that we take care of whenever we're talking about a speed run, because there's really very little times where you can blame the game. You can't say, oh, that's, you know, like that was my fault. I died, and there was no way that was the game's fault. RNG doesn't usually get you. I didn't expect that. Doesn't usually get you. I mean, if you do everything the same way every time, you're going to get the same result.
And that's, I mean, if you ask me, that's the mark of a good Tough as Nails platformer, the Super Meat Boys, the games like that, where it's, you know, the tight controls, everything's an extension of you, and if you die, it's on you. It's not the game at all.
So my I stomped too quickly there, and that screwed my pattern up, which just cost me 20 seconds, which is really dumb.
It's really interesting to see, you know, because you can kind of go different ways with these things, you know, with the where you're manipulating the pattern of where the collectibles are. So every runner kind of has their own different, you know, different way to approach it.
Yeah, that rune level is interesting because there's a lot of different variations. In this level, you're being chased
They
by
screwed
this
up.
giant monster, and it's exciting, to say the least. The monster itself can't kill you. It's the monster's laser that kills you. And you're just using basically everything that you've done so far, stomps and checkpoint scrolling, to continue moving forward away from the monster. And if you just hold right the whole time and do your stuff, you're pretty much going to get away from it.
I will say those vertical light monsters have really wonky hitboxes sometimes, especially when I mean, Kat is a better runner of this game than I am. I have trouble anyway, especially hitting them from the back. All right, everyone, give hearts. Two monsters, they're falling in love. Hearts, hearts. Okay. You know, but yeah, that was a really good Above the Streets of Tokyo or something like that is the name of that level. Really interesting.
There's a faster way to get through that little
so,
spot right there, but I decided not to go for it.
So you've probably been seeing it. We haven't actually mentioned it. Those kind of spike balls, you can butt smash through them if you jump into them or just touch them in any other way. It's a death, but you can basically pass through them with a butt smash. So, you know, the game kind of throws some interesting and varied methods of dealing with that. And you actually just saw Kata he butt smash, and you can immediately jump out of that. It's like a brief frame of invincibility from it. So yeah, you're just kind of learning different ways to deal with that. That jump right there that he just gave off of that star, that's one of the, I think, only 2 jumps in the game where you actually cannot butt smash into it. If you butt smash into that star, it will not give you enough height to get up to that top ledge.
Oh. So I'm going to try a skip here and see if I can get it. I got it.
Turn your head 90 degrees to the right. Yeah. So what's going on here is that basically this is supposed to be basically a slow elevator ride where you're supposed to kind of just let those that top and bottom kill gate kind of lower you down softly. He butt smashes and his sprite just goes completely through that bottom kill gate. So he just skips it. Saves what? Like 30 or like 27 seconds, something like that.
This level, the frog level, I see it give a lot of new runners a lot of problems. If you just hold right, like literally just hold right, there's only a couple of these little frogs you have to jump on, and the rest of them you just continue to hold right. There's very little skill involved with this level. And hopefully I die there. Ah, no. I was hoping I'd die right after I said that. Right there I did! I forgot about the little, that little guy. That's my own fault.
Something interesting about this game, so of course you keep hearing the moans dripping with sexuality every time he hits a checkpoint. You can run this game on PG mode where you don't actually hear that. Some runners choose to run it on PG mode just because they get sick and tired of hearing the "oh yeah," you know. The only other difference in PG mode is that the Pope neglects to swear, where he just swore at you, but in the PG mode it'll just say censor. But when you run it on PG mode, one of the checkpoints on the level just before the frogs, even if you're on PG mode, that one will still moan at you. I guess it's just an oversight in the code. But and the rest of the game from here on out is going to be pretty ice skating heavy. At least one of the level titles refers to that white as ice skating. So I guess we'll keep that name carried throughout.
So just like any basic video game where you have ice makes you do the same thing that it does in every game. Makes you skate around and lose control. But in this game, it also makes you move fast, and it's a speed run, so that's pretty handy.
We're gonna exploit that later on in a second.
Yeah, I miscalculated something there, and now I'm all messed up. I kind of forgot where I'm at. Yeah, okay, that was again my fault. One of the things with this game is because it's so music driven. Once you've done enough runs of this game, you start to know at what sound you're supposed to do things. So if you die, it really throws things off because the soundtrack doesn't stop. So suddenly where I swear Catastrophic's voice is super familiar. I doubt that. I believe you're a Final Fantasy IV watcher, which is probably where you know me. But yeah, so like I know based on sound when I'm supposed to do things. Like right there, I just died, so that's gonna throw off what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. Don't match to me anymore.
So fun story. I spent the last 3 years in a committed relationship with a girl named Law School. and she's kind of a bitch. She's very demanding and controlling, and she always asks for all of my time and all of my money. She seriously took all of my money. I'm probably just telling jokes and distracting Kata from his run. Basically, when I was studying, I would listen to this soundtrack just completely. Those keys actually have really weird hitboxes, and you know, it's simple to hit them, but there are times where it's just like you just can't hit it. It's really okay. He got it. So I listened to this song or this soundtrack a bunch while I was studying, because I seriously defy you to listen to this soundtrack and not be interested in whatever you're doing. Like you know, corporate regulatory law, I'm listening to this soundtrack and I'm totally cool with it because this is just so hype. Yeah, sorry for the tangent. So what he's about to do right here, this is the biggest skip in the game. He took his ice speed, hit wing, and he's going to try and hit this next wing without hitting the ground and preserve his speed, and he got it. Awesome. So basically what's supposed to happen there is you're supposed to hit the ground, you slow, you lose all of your ice speed, and you take that whole section completely slow at like I think less than walking speed, and if you basically replenish your wing while you're still in midair and you pull it out before hitting the ground, you carry all of that momentum through, and it saves a good deal of time. That's actually a pretty tough section too. But this is Wizard 1, Group Wizard 1. It's the heart section. He gets one quick hit on the heart as the heart's coming up out of the ground, and then all you gotta do is just circle around 2 more times. Thankfully, the missiles kind of get in a nice circle pattern, so it's not a big deal. You'll see him kind of pulling those missiles in a circle pattern over the next 2 phases of the fight. But what he's going to do here, I think, so he's going to fly all the way to the right side, and the Groove Wizard is going to shoot to the left, which is where your character really should be. But he takes the fight from completely behind the Groove Wizard. Now, while you dodge the shurikens while you're doing that, that's not really the purpose of staying behind him. Basically, after a while, the Groove Wizard's going to go away, and you're going to find the end of the level that's going to come up on the right side. So if you take the fight on the right side like this, then you can basically get to the exit quicker. So he does this basically to save, I would guess, 2 seconds maybe, but I honestly feel like I couldn't take this fight on the left side just because I don't know it, so it's one of those things. And I believe Kata's strategy is to do the same for Wizard 3. When I run it, I prefer to stay on the left side for the first bit of the fight, but he takes the first few seconds on the right, and then he kind of darts over. But from here, you're basically going to see the missiles take kind of a circular pattern. Hopefully, you know, if he takes a good pattern, they're going to kind of start to coincide with one another, and it's not going to be avoiding 10 missiles. It's going to be avoiding 1. They're all going to be kind of clumped together. So the Group Wizard basically just completely forgets the notion of shooting shurikens and just triples his missile output.
No!
Again,
man.
Oh, no.
It's 57 seconds, and that battle ends at 102. So, yeah, it was really bad. That was like the worst thing that could have ever happened. That will probably put me over estimate. Just that one death.
Oh no. Yeah. That's the struggle with Groove Wizard 3, especially when you have a really good run going, is, you know, you can kind of get 95% of the way through, but it's
I'm so glad I didn't have a really good run going.
The flying mechanics, I jokingly refer to it as electronic Flappy Bird, because you fall exponentially fast if you don't jump, basically kind of in the same vein as Flappy Bird. I know Flappy Bird came out approximately 17,000 years ago, it feels like, so you might not remember.
Alright, so this is the same spot I died earlier. So I'm going to duck back a little bit. Yeah, there we go. See, there's a 102 mark. So that was a minute loss. That's like a devastating loss. And again, it was my fault. I flew too early, which caused the missiles not to turn. And that is time right there. That's Electronic Super
You're a
Joy.
bit ahead of me. I was gonna request that you you kill the Groove Wizard,
We'll leave
and
him.
you didn't.
Nice job. We'll have that final time in just a second. There it is. 27:42 looks like.
That's not bad for a marathon run.
Still a good time, absolutely.
This game is interesting just because it's so simple, and it's when you look at it when somebody talks about it, but at the same time it's extremely complicated whenever you start taking into account, like, I know, and I'm sure Prismatoid and Electro and other people that have run this game, you know, hundreds and thousands of times, I know exactly how high a jump is going to cause a missile to move and all that stuff. And even knowing that, sometimes it's impossible to change what your body just tells you to do. Like, you hit the jump button because it just feels right, even though you know it's wrong. That's what makes great players like Prismatoid great, and people like me, because they are able to capitalize on that. This is an extremely fun speed game. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Thank you to Bike and to Vooligen and to Alec, who is hosting, and to everybody who's donated. Thank you. You're awesome.
Well, thank you, Kata. That run was quite enjoyable, and thanks for the commentary, Bike. We will
Thank
be.
you very much. Appreciate you having me.
Yep. So we'll be moving on to Star Fox 64 by Lilat Ranboog. He's going to be doing the blue route. We're going to get to that in just a second. We're going to do a quick commercial break, and we'll get set up for that. So stick around, and we'll see you guys in a moment.
Welcome to training mode. from the rear. Drop altitude. Deploy all units. Charge!
I